Sergeant America coming at you. Boom! I own the extended cut of Batman vs. Superman. It's playing downstairs. I walked out on probably the last 10 minutes of it because, yeah, that's a tough movie to get through, especially with the extended cut and all that. The extras, I don't feel were extra enough, but hey, this is me being late to the review party, but I did want to talk about my comics. It's the thing I so miss about being able to hang out with Travis, Rez, Matt Hammer, Luke, and a lot of the others that are on the comic book, round table. So I definitely wanted to, just get out a little bit of my word on what I thought about it. So, Commandy Challenge number 2. I've enjoyed the Commandy series that originally came out, Mr. Kirby's run. This run, the Tomasi was good. I mean, there's a lot of throwbacks, a lot of little hellos to the DC universe in this. And the Neil Adams art, wasn't too bad, but, it's not what I remember of Neil Adams. So, I guess, it truly is what it is, but Infamous Iron Man. Continue to enjoy this one. This is Dr. Doom being Iron Man. Of course, with this Malevi art is just wonderful in here. Want to thank Sleepy Reader for the connection on the interview. If you go to Sleepy's Twitter account, he mentions this wonderful podcast where this guy interviews different artists and all that. So it was definitely interesting to hear about Maleev and what he knows. In this issue, we have Ben Grimm and his remembrance of what happened when he went to attack Dr. Doom and actually encountered Dr. Doom's mother, who is back. And it's interesting to see, the interaction between the three, and the thing especially where he's like, oh, crap, I just realized that Dr. Doom saved my life. So will our heroes have to confront the idea of a Dr. Doom hero? Will we have to look at seeing, his final acceptance and how he'll be used further? I do hope this continues to be a big challenge with the that they don't just switch him back here in the next 6 months or next year. I really like this struggle of having Dr. Doom as one of my heroes. So busy dropping comics here. You know how that goes. Hulk. This one I picked up, of course, with the excitement of seeing Jennifer turn into the Hulk. I've always enjoyed her in team books, in her individual ones. The lawyer, Jen, has been very interesting to see. This is definitely a book I pick up. I used to pick up books like this, the Sensational She-Hulk or Savage She-Hulk, because of the meatheadedness. A big tough gal tearing through the city, kicking butt, taking names. This one is just smart. It's well written. I do like the encounter of or the situation of her having post-traumatic stress, having to get through being severely injured in the Civil War 2, and even maybe, and then of course, she was put in a coma, came out of it, and her cousin has been killed, assassinated by Hawkeye. And there's also, with her not being She-Hulk, a bit of an identity crisis. So I think that's interesting too, to see, for somebody who's always associated herself as the Hulk, how is she dealing with all this now? I would like a big old monster battle or something going on before issue 5, so next issue. But I'm at least writing it up for the 5. I'm picking it up for the intelligence factor. I did pick up Elektra this week. This was wonderful too. Sharp art by, it says Cabal. I should look and see what Cabal's first name is. But this was Juan Cabal. Matt Owens does a good job writing it, but the art really was the thing. I mean, it's sharp, crisp art. What you see here on the outside is what you get on the inside. It was pretty fascinating. Almost kind of reminded me with some of the faces in that of maybe Clean Room, how it originally was. So I've been enjoying this. It'll be very interesting to see how this continues along. There definitely is the fight scenes, everything I need to keep my meat-headed excitement going on this one. Plus, right now it seems to be pretty sharp. It's filling probably the same role I needed from my Black Widow comic book. It's got definitely more words in it than what a Samney book would be, but it's kind of fit that whole mantle for me. So, Frostbite, enjoyed how this ended. I thought it ended on an excellent note, especially the fact that it could go into a second book. So, of course, I did pick this also up for the Alexander art, but it was a smart, fun read. 6 of 6 on that one. So, and in this, I do hope there's a break. I do. I need to reevaluate if I'm going to continue on Clean Room. The excitement level picked up, but that also made it feel like we're getting desperate, not so much that we were trying to conclude something or that it's running on any level that I thought it was going to. I'm sure sales are low, and I'm sure that's a challenge. The art switch off, it just does feel a little too low level for me. Some of it is still pretty good, though. I don't know. I'm probably gonna take it off my pull and then grab it from week to week. That's probably what I'm looking at with that. Lastly, my favorite DC pull right now is Supergirl being super. Of course, that Jolene Jones art is what's doing it, but as we saw and Oddfellow Thoughts talked about around table, this thicker version of it was really nice. It's one of those where I don't really mind the $6 price tag on it, because I feel like I'm getting every dollar's worth out of it. And actually, as I think about it and I start to flip through, another good thing about it, so yeah, $6 and no ads whatsoever. So this is a comic book with no ads, $6. I would maybe like to see this be the future format on maybe how we start getting comics. A little thicker, maybe a little more price tag, but good solid art and a decent story being hammered out in the format of a that kind of, I don't know, tiny trade. What do you want to call it? Just squareback. But let me know in the comments below. Should we change to this new format of a little thicker, a little more pricey book, but with no ads, and a strong writer, strong artist, maybe that we know we're going to get a lock on? If I get 4 of those, 5 of those, I'd maybe like to see that be my new collection. So until then, let me know how wrong I am and just yell it out with me, catchphrase!